Good day everyone, I am Maureen Arabella Ismail, and in this video I will share about the 3 videos that I have watched with regards values integration from the subject of science with Professor Benilda Bultron, English with Professor Maria Fatima Nolasco, and physical education with Professor Salve Favilla, and its connection on my demo teaching experience in values integration in Science 10. I think these 3 videos show how truly important value integration is in several subject areas, as well as the experts' perspective and awareness of how value must be integrated into their specific subject areas. And while watching the video interview proves their awareness about its importance, however, there's still a room for improvement regarding to this, like which part of LP or lesson plan it should be take place and such. Furthermore, I am interested and surprised by their several strategies in values integration, especially how they modify one activity to use as a channel for values integration without seemingly forcing it, like the 3-2-1 exit sleep, where one is supposedly a question, but one of the professors modified it to one value that the learners got during the lesson. Also, I am amazed that one of the professors interviewed is certified in values education, which is Professor in Alaska. And though two of the professors haven't yet experienced attending seminars concerning values education and integration, they're still interested and willing to attend it. I am also surprised by the Salve model of Professor Salve herself, because it's interesting how she came up with it, and also the V of the Salve acknowledges the value. And of course, for me, it is lovely to know how they support and want to commit to RA 11476, which mandates values education as a core subject and its integration into all subject areas. Furthermore, I am also happy, especially after watching the interview on the science subject, as what the professor has said is the same as what I have done in values integration in my demo teaching in science tests, such as using issue-related activity where I used a collage and asked my learners what is the issue depicted by it, which is the teenage pregnancy, and ask them as well what they must encompasses to or what they can do about that issue, which is indeed significant to science, as well as the importance of questions throughout the class, which I did in my demo teaching, especially on the value integration part, as this is also the common strategy with the other 2 subject areas that I have watched, as this is also what they are using for learners to lead the discussion and integrate a value without seems like it is just forced. And in connection with what I have said earlier, I am curious about what was mentioned by science education expert about how they seamlessly or implicitly integrate values on the subject that are too specific, like the topic of molecular biology and even in astronomy. I also want to learn more about the Salve model of physical education and if it is truly effective in integrating values into the topic and instilling it in the learners. Lastly, I am interested in what includes or how long the training of the English education expert attended to be certified in values education, because I think it is inspiring for teachers from other subject areas to really learn how to properly integrate values education. Overall, I truly learned a lot from these presentations that I know I can apply in the near future, not just as a future vice education, but even if I will teach other subject areas. Because I want to do my best to develop and integrate values properly and in the foremost manner, from trying the various strategies that they have mentioned and modify as well some of it to truly fit what is needed on the topic and link values integration naturally. And of course, like what Professor Beltran mentioned, I must apply conscious effort and not just settle on the bare minimum in values integration. And like what Professor Favilla has mentioned as well, I must not be stagnant, but instead I must be a lifelong learner and show the value of the ever changing world and its people. And lastly, I will remind myself at all times of what Professor Nolasco has said, which is to walk the talk, as learners will look up to me as their teacher through doing my best, living with values and ethics at all times. And lastly, I will do my best to reorient myself and attend several seminars and training related to values education to further gain new knowledge, practice, improve, and cope with the changes of the world and the values needed to be instilled to our learners through better approaches, strategies that ensures effective values development and integration. And that would be all. Thank you for listening.